Hey yo, it's Fresh Hip Hop Opinion with your guy Olize, and today I'm about to do hip hop's top 10 artists of all time. So this list is gonna be different from most of the lists you're gonna hear or have heard in the past. The criteria, the key aspect when you're doing a top 10 list. This will include influence on the rap game and influence on generations that have come after that. It will include the talent of the artist as well. Did what they did in the game start something? Did it start a trend? Did people start following? And in other words, did they birth other rappers? Can you see other rappers that are just like them? This is not about how many albums they sold, how cool they are, if they're trending. This is kind of going back to the essence of hip hop, but also just the pure ear test, good music. And this is not in order of the best rap artists. But first on the list, let's get it out the way. Obvious one, Tupac Shakur. Tupac, in my opinion, is the greatest rapper of all time. And I think in most people's opinion. The influence is undeniable. His story of his life, his rap career, the fact that he had 5 albums, I think, and 5 movies, all in a career that was about 5 or 6 years, is incredible. Like these days, you can make an album or songs in a split second, send it to somebody to feature on it, put it out immediately. Back in the 90s and 80s, it wasn't like that. That stuff took time. And that's something that doesn't get spoke about Tupac enough. The fact that he actually did 5 albums and 5 movies. It's just incredible. And then you talk about the quality of the albums. People talk about All Eyes on Me, but Me Against the World is my personal favorite. For me, that's the better album, but both are great albums. The Machiavelli album, he was already passed before it came out, but he'd already completed it, and that's also a strong album. Then you go into his other albums, which, okay, was not of the same standard, but still solid albums nevertheless, with great singles like I Get Around, Brenda's Got a Baby. So of course, I just got Tupac out the way. He's the first one on the list. Next we got NWA, the West Coast legendary group, consisting of Dr. Dre, Eazy-E, Ice Cube, DJ Yella, MC Ren. They put gangster rap on the map, influenced an entire generation and generations to come. If you think about the NWA family tree, it's like half of hip hop history. You got Dr. Dre, who brought out Eminem, 50 Cent. If there's no 50 Cent, there's no G Unit. You look at Eazy-E, the legendary Bone Thugs and Harmony. Ice Cube came out of his groups. Classic songs all coming from this one group, NWA. Now let's not forget, these guys were swearing or cursing on records when it wasn't really the norm. Saying the N-word wasn't normal. All this F the police and everything, back then it was a big deal. Next we got on the list is no other than Rakim, or Rakim Allah, some people call him. Just purely on a basic hip hop level. Lyrical. Rakim was before my time, but nevertheless, when I got of age, I went and listened to Rakim, and as soon as I heard Rakim, I thought Nas, because I'm a big Nas fan. As soon as I heard Rakim, I was like, yo, I could see why people said Nas copied Rakim, or I remember Tupac saying it. So really, you can say if there was no Rakim, there's no Nas. Is that too drastic? Maybe that's too much, but you just hear the influence so much on Nas, and you just hear he got a lot of it from Rakim. The songs like Follow the Leader, even when Rakim came back in 2002 with that song with Truth Hurts, Addicted. That verse was fire. He's featured on with Jay-Z, held his own. I think he even had the better verse than all of them. Rakim is definitely on this list. And next on this list, we've got pretty much little Rakim, and that's Nas. Nas, he came out pretty much like a street poet of the projects. And you got to put him on this list. The way Nas has reinvented himself over the years, he came from like I said, the project rapper to Nasty Nas, to kind of Nas Esco, the gangster New York rapper. Then he kind of morphed into something else, was a bit deeper. with the Godson album and beyond. If I had to say why Nas is definitely on this top 10, definitely got to be the lyricalness. People talk about just his first 2 albums, the Illmatic album and It Was Written, but people sleep on his other things, other projects. But I think when you're comparing yourself to an album such like Illmatic, people are always gonna look at it a bit like your music is subpar in comparison to that one. All his other albums are flaming every other rapper in the game. Next we got Nas's old nemesis, Jay-Z. I had to put Jay-Z on this list. I wasn't even always the biggest Jay-Z fan, I'll keep it real. But you look at his body of work, the run he had in hip-hop, not just the hits, but he's actually a lyrical rapper with flow. There's obviously the urban legend that he doesn't write his rhymes down. Even that in its own is a super talent. To not write and to still come out with the kind of high quality hip-hop lyrics he comes out with is incredible. I mean, my personal favorite Jay-Z album is the Black Album. So probably top 3, I would say Black Album, Blueprint 1 and Reasonable Doubt. One thing I always say about Jay-Z though, hasn't got the best record when it comes to hip-hop beefs, but that's just a small negative to an illustrious career. Don't forget the generations he's influenced. Big artists, the Drakes and J. Cole's, and even his old nemesis Jim Jones was influenced by him.